the moment we shouldn't have a Git repository here. No, we don't. So we're gonna, because I just created this locally. So we need to go ahead and grab the link from here. So we need to add our remote, which we do using the address over here. And it turns out I can't spell. This is what happens when you're a bit tired. It's key, that's what copy and paste is for. Ah, right, of course, I have to initialize the repository first, my mistake. So now that we've got the repository initialized and we've linked it to our remote origin, we're going to want to edit our git ignore file. I'll just do it the old-fashioned way, I guess. I'm on Windows at the moment, as you can see, simply because I've got a few things set up for Windows, and I figured why not? We'll give it a go, see what it's like. Normally I do use Linux for any development work. So if we find a docket, where's that docket ignore? I was expecting docket ignore to be in there. Let's just do it like this. Yeah, that's what I want, so we're going to take this. This is just a pretty generic git ignore file for I feel like they didn't copy at all. For basic Android Studio files. Yeah, no, this is the old Emacs. No, not at all. Not sure if that worked, but we'll find out. Oh, for God's sake. Terminal. What do I even have on this computer? Notepad? I don't know. Do that. We'll just go create a new file over here. Or shouldn't it show up in my project actually? Yep, there it is. There's the docket ignore. So we just want to paste that in there, and hopefully that'll take care of everything better. What? Cannot locate factory objects. Default creator. That's an interesting one. I haven't had that one before. SDK updater. Maybe I'm not launching as administrator. As I said, it's a new copy of Android Studio. So sometimes one forgets to do these things. continue looking at Jira while this loads up, because we're still going to wait for Gradle anyway. So if we come back to our issues, see, I could have sworn I just downloaded the so the Gradle plugin is not updated now. It's an issue I'm not sure if many other people seem to have with Android Studio, but I seem to have a few updating issues. Not quite sure what the deal is with that. So implement ball class, and from there I need to task zone, implement a character, implement some walls, implement a movable ball. Have we got a smoking? Maybe. Okay, so if we take a quick look at the ones I've just written here, so if we have this one here, implement movable, to have that done, we first have to issues is blocked by implement ball class. Okay, and we also need implement game object class. Okay, so everything is going to be blocked by this. I wonder if there's a way to tell it that. So blocks issues, boom, 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 boom. Doesn't actually interfere with those ones. Okay, so that's good. That's a cool way to do it. I like that. This one, we can edit this. We can swap this. It's not improvements. This date. Well, I feel like by now I could have done some work, but I suppose for big projects this would be the way to do it. So, the way I've done this before is via a drawable view. I'll show you. I figured I'd do it the same this time because this is just it's just kind of as an example and a learning experience, why not? But I'm sure there is a better way of doing it. As we can see here, we just have a drawable view that extends our view, and then on draw we do all our stuff. I've been told this is very terrible for memory or some such, and I'm sure it is. But it's the way that I feel like we're going to do this, because it's a pretty basic game anyway. Not much needs to happen. As up here you see, we implement sensor event listener. We will again be needing to do that. The reason for that is because we want to react to the user tilting their device to the left or tilting their device to the right. And we will also be using a on click event to make the character perform a jump. So on touch event, so as you can see, all this code I've pretty much already written before, but we're just going to go through and write a new one using Jira. Okay, so I'm actually going to ignore these first few because I feel like it doesn't really matter the order that we complete these in, because they're not going to function without each other anyway. So if we go ahead and we're going to call this game objects. I suppose just values. Did that do what I want? Or did I do that incorrectly? I'm just waiting for the shit to refresh. I don't know what the fuck I accidentally just did, but it was clearly wrong. So we're going to create a new game objects, and we're going to start off with, do we have an interface? Java interface, it's fine, we'll start off with the class, type class interface, there you go. So we're going to call it a game object. Now, I'm going to need smoke, so yes, we do want to add this. So we've got a public interface here. All our interface is really going to do, and we should have really had this as an interface here, or edit this to correct it. So it's always good to be correct, but it's okay to be wrong, of course. So from our game objects not going to do much. Every game object can basically do two things. They can draw themselves and they can update. If you can't do that, you're not really a game object. You don't meet the definition. So things that meet that definition include our balls. They include our character. They would include, in this implementation, they're going to include the walls. However, that is not necessary, as you can just boundary check on your, based on each of the screen itself. But I thought it might be a nice aesthetic to add walls, and I was thinking about it, and I was like, well, I might as well just define them as objects themselves. So that's basically my thought process behind this project. As you can obviously understand, it's basically a little one. It's just going to be a dude running along in a line, and he's going to jump. We should actually check while I'm here that I've got my virtualization set up correctly, because sometimes they can't. Something. Okay, so that looks to be bugged out for some shit. Waiting for the device to connect, create or build, finishing. But I'm gonna go ahead and guess that my AVD it's fucked. Which is fine, because it's pretty easy to create a new one. We'll go through that here. We've got this enabled. We can just pop open our AD manager, create a virtual device. Nexus 5 is fine, happy with that. Yeah, why not? We are going to be, it doesn't matter. It's just going to take a sec to finish. Might as well fix those issues while I've got them there to fix. ADB rejected choke and get prop. I don't know, it seems to be working this time again. Anyway, so we definitely have AVD access, which is good. That helps us progress. And I've almost finished preparing my cigarette. So if we take another look over at Jira, we'll have a just have another young look here. See what else? Haven't added components. Components are subsections of a project. They use to group issues within a project into smaller parts. Releases. We don't have any releases, obviously, but we can see that we have several things to do. Reports. Tracking. User workload. So we can see who's doing work, who's not doing work. I could get behind Jira for a big project, but for something as small as what I'm currently working on, it's probably not the one. However, if I was to take this project and then expand on it more, I can see Jira being highly beneficial. But then that's just the same as test-driven development, or writing unit tests for your code as far as I'm concerned. I suppose this does set a more strict work schedule in a way, but I don't know, to me sometimes creating issues just feels like writing unit tests for unit tests, which may sound silly, but I feel like that's kind of what I'm doing. because it's an interface, I'm a mistake, so this is going to have to be a class. So it's basically our game object class in its entirety. If we want to be a bit more specific, our game object is going to have can I put you about the set flag? Yeah, yes I can. Okay, this and see this anything. Ah, it's set. Okay. Ah, fuck me too. What else we got? I think that's it. I don't know what's going on with this command anyway. So we're getting to our hello world, which is just our layout here. Which we can actually dump. We don't need this. It's nice to see it work, but we don't need it. I've thrown shit in the wrong thing. It's a good thing. It explains a lot, actually. I was just being a bit foolish with that. Knew that I hit myself. It's okay. Stuff all comes down in here. We get rid of this. Cool. Super dot. Super dot. So from here we're gonna just swap back to Jira for a second. We're gonna create a few more issues because otherwise we're really just not using the software, and that's the point of this. So is that we implement an accelerometer using a sensor manager, and we also want to flag full screen. Toggling full screens a good one to have for a game. What else is done in this game? So this is all a bunch of bullshit. Unregistering that comes onto the implement sensors. We can add subtasks. How do we do that again? Edit. We can do locked by. Okay, so we can, we'll just do register. Sensors. Deregister. Unregister. And this one here is blocked by. I'm gonna create borders. I see. I don't have any of that shit. Okay. So we've got order by priority. What else can we order by? Assigning created. Epic link, blah blah blah. Quite a few things. Anyway, we will implement durable view, and at the start we'll probably just fill the background with colour, and that'll get us started. At the same time we should be committing, so seems to be strange to be hitting, I suppose. That's all I did. Right, so then should I go through? Yeah. We're on master, so we should get off. We should get off master as well. So we're gonna check our new branch, and this one's gonna be called durable view. Fuck. Okay. So now that we're on here, we're going to implement our durable view in here, and then we can go back and merge it later. So if we public class durable view extends view, public durable view. Don't worry too much about fixing out syntax now, because it'll be done later anyway. Did I make a spelling mistake? Yeah, I did. Okay. So right. And anything else? No, that's all we need to override there. So yeah, we're just going to fill out the background by creating a new paint. We'll get the max width of our canvas here. So I don't know whether I prefer max or on screen. We'll call it max. We'll stay consistent with my previous projects. We'll probably change them later to be class variables. But for now anyway. So we'll make blue. Blue's a lovely color. And we're just gonna draw a rectangle to fill the background. We're gonna start at the top left. And we're gonna fill the screen. And we're gonna use the color paint P. So it's just going to go ahead and give us a different layout now, so we should have removed that activity from here. We could remove, we'll leave that for now. We haven't enabled full screen anyway, so it's fine. We'll see if we can execute this, and maybe we can mark off one of these issues, but I'm not sure if I'm doing this issue business quite correctly. Git has a nice little checklist thing that I really appreciate. Okay, so obviously that didn't work. I know why. And so back here in our game activity, we need to say new drawable view this, and hopefully that will do it. Because previously we were telling it to display this layout, and this layout didn't have anything. Did I see? That's interesting. So not call undraw. Click on draw. See the draw rate 0, max width, max height P. Huh. I suppose it's because of just some stupid shit like this. I don't see that being a problem yet, to be honest. It would have thrown me an error or some shit. And it's still... some shit. Let's set some variables so we're not doing it on every on draw. So we've got on draw. So we'll just the XML. I'm gonna do this in Java. Header. Of course, avoid allocations during drawing. What the fuck? White. So I'm getting more and more confused because we are setting this to a new drawable view of this. This might be a thing. Context, no, the context is correct too. So we're loading into game activity, going into on create, set context view, header, and more. Oops. So now we have a new background. So we might as well just see how many changes. Yeah, that's enough changes. So with that created, we can essentially now just merge this back into master. So you can say get a checkout. Okay, so now we've all that. We might as well give this a push anyway. And then we can have a look at it online, because that's always nice. Although we haven't really done much so far. Okay, so if we come back to our repository, it should no longer be empty unless I'm in the wrong one. It's still pushing. It's interesting that it's taking so long to push that. But anyway, we can come into here, and we have now implemented a drawable view. So we can mark this as could not read from remote repository. Well, that's not good. I had that error before. Maybe my remote's wrong. Remove. Something strange is going on here with this committing. Pushing rather. Access. Wonder. I will just be turning stream off for this.